So I'll give you guys an out-of-the-box basic review of this television. Now, for starters, it's not going to be fantastic. It's just okay. That's the short answer. We're going to dive a little bit more in depth. But I wanted to, at the very least, give you guys basically what every other YouTuber is going to do. Whip the TV out of the box and tell you, you know what? If I just turn on the TV and I go into like vivid mode or low power mode, what this TV is going to look like, and just kind of go from there. So we're going to start off in vivid. Maybe we'll go to like smart HDR. Maybe some people will use this mode instead. So we'll just use the smart HDR mode. Okay, this is totally default. And we're going to go from there. So the television has exceptional motion. It doesn't really matter what mode you're in. It's going to be really good for motion. TCL is nailing motion pretty much better than most of the other LED competitors. It doesn't matter if it's Sony, it doesn't matter if it's Samsung, it doesn't matter how much money you spend. TCL really has a handle on motion, and not even Hisense is getting close to TCL's motion. So that already is one major win for TCL. Now, I do like the design this year. I like the metal that they've used to line the frame of the television itself. I think that's a really good choice. It just makes it feel a little bit more premium than it would have. Now, it's not a premium TV by any stretch of the imagination. It falls in the lower mid-range category, budget TV kind of area, but it's still delivering a decent result. Now, in terms of picture quality out of the box, things are really cool, very bluish in nature, and kind of pukey. So you're going to have to put some work into the television. It's not just going to be like a slam dunk or a home run. But that being said, the TV definitely has potential. I did make settings, and those are going up after this video uploads if it's not already up. I will tell you, you have to put some work into it, but this TV is capable of some of the most three-dimensional imagery, if not probably the most three-dimensional imagery at this particular price point for the 55-inch variation that I'm reviewing here. Now, in terms of sound quality, it's not going to be exceptional, so don't expect it to like shake the whole house or do anything fantastic. And in fact, that's probably the reason you maybe want to go with something like the TCL Q7 over this. Now, in terms of highlight placement, this does a really good job of making sure bright objects like this little thing in the back remain bright overall. Now, there are instances where it won't be as overpowering as it should be, and brightness sometimes on an overall level, like if you're just looking at the entire screen, doesn't always get as bright, but it definitely can kick off some impressive highlights. So that's something that's really nice about this TV. In terms of color, though, that is where you're basically losing. Color, for whatever reason, is muted. It feels a lot closer to like a Sony TV from like 2016, 2017, in terms of like the diluted level of color. This doesn't really feel like a fully realized quantum dot TV. It feels like a budget quantum dot TV with entry level or very low end quantum dots inside of the television. So whatever quantum dot filter they're using, it is not high end, it is not the top of the line, and it shows when you try to start adjusting for colors. Now, it is a colorful TV still, even with that limitation, but it's just not as impressive as I would have hoped it to be. Now, in terms of black levels, as you guys know from the darkroom performance video, dark levels, black levels, they're all impressive. So you don't have many issues at all. There is slight gray and there can be slight haziness from time to time, depending on how complex a dark scene can get. Like, maybe a completely blacked out scene with fireworks or something like that, but like the fireworks start scattering into a bunch of different pixels all over the screen. Maybe you'll have some issues there. But overall, it's pretty damn uniform, and it's pretty much one of the better levels of black I've seen, again, at this price point. In terms of most of the other aspects of a TV, like features and things like that, it's still rocking the Google operating system, which is enjoyable enough, I guess. But in a nutshell, it's okay, like out of the box. It's not like, oh my God, run out and buy this TV. And if you're one of those people that just want to take a TV out of the box and just enjoy it and just be like, yeah, this is it, this is definitely not the TV for that. You are going to have to put some work into it. Now, for those of you who are new here, I have a membership here where you join for $5 and I dial in various TV settings that I review so that you're able to get a professional image quality without having to pay the professional price tag. And still to this day, you can test this out. I don't care who you look at, compare anyone's settings. Mine literally beat everyone else's because I put the most work into it. It's not a knock on anybody else. It's just, imagine you put more time into something, you're going to be eventually good at something and maybe even better at something than some other people. Again, it's all about time. So definitely see what all the fuss is about. I'm telling you right now, I took this TV to levels I didn't even imagine possible for this TV. And just to give you a little bit of an idea, I'll kind of show you in real time. So this is what the TV looks like now, and this is what it turns into with my settings. It's a massive difference in color versus the washed out garbage you get day one. So, I mean, you can go through other picture presets to kind of see this. I'll show this off in a later video, I guess, but it's a massive, massive difference going from what you get out of the box to what I give you. And yeah, it becomes an entirely different tier of TV. Now, I will be doing a final review where we encompass and consider the fact that I can calibrate and get colors to look way better than out of the box. But for out of the box, which again, the Stop the FOMOs, the installers, those people, the stuff that you're going to see around on YouTube, okay? We're going to do a review like that so that you have a more realistic understanding of, if you're just pulling it out of the box, what you're going to get. And that's why I'm doing it this way. I do not necessarily like these kinds of reviews, but it is still helpful for those who maybe don't want to calibrate or don't know a whole lot about calibration or don't even know it exists. So that being said, if you just take your TV out of the box, it's going to have some color issues that need to be corrected big time. But that being said, the overall experience is still more than enjoyable enough, and I can recommend the TV, and I think it's one of the better TVs to get for sure, again, especially for the price point. But that being said, I would love to know what you guys think of the out-of-the-box experience and what you want to see as we start doing more of our brightness tests and going into the final review cycle here. And that being said, I want to thank you guys again for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.